It has been months since a crab told me what happened down below. Even after everything you had seen and everything I had told you, nobody would listen. Now look where we've ended up. Gauntlight is more active than ever, terrorizing our home with monsters as soldiers from the east drag our people screaming into the depths under the leadership of the blind general and the sisters. We cannot get word out for help. We cannot get supplies in. Food and medicine are dwindling, and I cannot keep this old fishing camp concealed for much longer. We have to bring the fight to them. We must take the fight to Gauntlight.
Episode, we met with some other additional heroes, those being Mitch Bender. We met with the gnome, whose name I'm forgetting.
Tanya.
We met with Tanya the gnome, and my character, my champion. Let me turn my mic up real quick. My character, the champion, Wallace the Wall Waldor, from the Door Kingdom. That one. So we went to go rescue some food, get some bags of food to bring back to the encampment. But while we were, bringing over those big bags of food, we were attacked by enemies, and they just kept coming. And unfortunately, we were unable to rescue Mitch Bender as he got captured. And so Tanya and Wallace both ran away into the boats, causing Wallace to have an existential crisis because he broke his oath in the first session.
I forgot he broke his oath.
Yeah.
In his defense, there was nothing he could fucking do. Like, it was
Pretty
all
much.
or nothing.
Pretty much.
Jacob Perez did yell quite a lot about us abandoning him.
Oh, he did.
However, he shouldn't have been standing there.
This is true. He probably should not have been standing there. And also, he probably should have, properly finished his characters and given them items.
He also tried to attack the sacks we were trying to get into the boats.
Oh my god,
he did yell at the sacks. Yeah.
No.
All right. Well, Jacob Perez is not here today because
we took him out back and shot him.
Yeah, reasons that are entirely unknown to me for legal purposes. Thank you, Anakin Skywalker from Revenge of the Sith tie-in game, Death Sound. Anyways, so we're gonna go back in time a little bit to as Wallace, Mitch, and Tanya are landing with Kileno. The other groups are continuing up the river. One such group, consisting of Mildred, Morlabent, and Bobabibo, I said it right, yeah?
No, it's Boba Bebo Bebo Bobibo.
Well, I didn't say his last name.
Well, I mean, it's his full Christian name is Boba Bebo.
Oh,
Bebo,
yes,
Bebo.
because
Christ
God has
exists?
so much to do with this.
He's Protestant, yes. That's not true.
That's nice.
I just love that that's not true. Anyways, y'all move on up the river as you hear the sounds of battle coming from the general area of the Otari market. And Morlabent has you pull your boat off around the area of Rook's Alley. And as you look down that street, you can see Morlabent's shop, Odd Stories, in the distance. It's well, primarily right now you can see the 3-story stone tower, which rises from the back of the wooden bookstore. And as you get the boat pulled off, Morlabent says to the two of you, all right, so we gotta get into my shop, and we gotta get everything we can that'll be of use to us. All right?
Everything?
Useful.
Everything that'll be of use to us as a collective. So even if it's not of use to you as an individual, it might be worth having. And you can carry as much as you like yourself. But just so you know, I do have, and he pulls out a fairly simple looking cloth bag, but it's got some decorative panels with some fancy embroidery on them. I can fit pretty much everything we need into this bag here. So we just gotta get what we can from my store. All right?
Is there a particular
Yes.
section we should start in?
Well, we're gonna have to start from the floor, and well, part of the difficulty, part of the reason I can't just do this myself is that we're gonna have to get through security. And unfortunately, my I've been away from my store so long that it's not gonna recognize me at this point. So we're gonna have to deal with that.
What sort of security?
Well, I had an issue a couple years back with a bunch of ruffians, so I got some clay golems.
Did you know?
Yeah, only one of them. I only ever actually activated one of them, and I got them for fairly cheap, so that they're not quite as strong as they could be. But there's still plenty more than enough to deal with a regular old ruffian.
Yes. And can we use them to build an army?
I don't think so. The way that it's programmed is to, well, it's basically to attack anyone who goes into restricted areas of the building, without proper credentials. And the problem is that the only proper credentials are in the form of a special blend of tea that I keep in my bedroom on the top floor.
So we have to get through the thing to get the credentials.
Yes. We gotta get past it. And well,
Could we perhaps not climb up into that second floor and peruse the credentials?
yeah. See, that's the problem. Is the third floor doesn't have any windows, and the second floor has its own defense mechanisms. And I don't think climbing would be such a good idea in case you were to get affected by those. And either way, the second we step foot in there, the golem is going to activate and find us. So no matter what, this is a thing we're gonna have to deal with.
Great.
So, yeah, we gotta try to get ourselves to the bedroom, and make ourselves a couple cups of tea, while doing our best to not get killed.
Excellent.
Very well.
All right then. Any other questions?
No.
All right then. Let's get a move on. And as Moralban starts leading you down the street, you see the other boats continuing to move up the river to the north. So, you all move along the road, keeping nice and quiet. Thankfully, there aren't any street lamps or anything, so the only source of light that you have is from Bobabibo's candle cap. Why don't we go ahead and introduce Bobabibo here?
Yes.
Oh dear.
You you see before you a I don't even know how to describe him. He almost looks like a fusion between like a gremlin and a kobold. He has this. He's just this freaky little guy with brassy, shining skin. A bit of an insane look on his face, and these dramatic, flowing wizard robes. And when I say wizard, I don't mean just like, oh, a guy that casts spells. I mean, wizard that casts spells. That kind of wizard.
This man has definitely pondered an orb.
And well, he doesn't quite have a candle cap. He actually has a candle embedded in his forehead. And not even on his forehead, like directly on top of his head, there is a candle.
Yeah, so that's your only source of light right now. And why don't we, while we're at it, introduce Mildred.
Mildred is a tall orc woman. She's on the older side. Her hair is beginning to gray. She's wearing just kind of nice, simple peasant clothing, and she has a big cleaver.
And why don't you tell us what she has on her shoulder?
Oh yes,
Or
I'm so
wherever
sorry.
Chuck
How
is.
could I forget
Oh
Chuck?
my god.
Chuck is a small squid who's just kind of perching right on Mildred's shoulder.
Yup.
He's a lovely little
Alright.
gent. We love Chuck.
We do love Chuck. All right. So, those are your characters. And here you are, outside of Odd Stories. So, yeah. Here you are. You see the doors right in front of you there?
Behold, I will pick this lock for you all.
Does he not have a key?
I do have the key for this one.
Very well, you shall pick the lock. Boba-bibo-bibo babibo allows you to do so.
Morlevin just kind of looks at you funny. Okay.
As does Mildred. Mildred doesn't know what to make of this.
And he unlocks the doors and opens them before stepping inside himself. And you can see that this is very definitely a bookstore.
Boba-bibo is stuck.
Yeah, currently Mildred is on top of him.
Release
There
me.
we go. And Morlevin will close the doors and lock the doors behind you after Mildred closes them. So yeah, you're in a bookstore here.
Do we need anything in this room, or do we have to wait? to get into the back rooms?
I mean, the better stuff will be in the back rooms, but there definitely should be some scrolls and such around here. The books are, well, I think they're real special, but they're just basic works of fiction. The scrolls are what you're really probably here for.
Where are the scrolls?
You'll find them around.
This
They'll
man does
probably
not have a good
be-
organization
They'll
system.
probably be on top of a few shelves, as you can see right here, and he points at one of the shelves which has a scroll on top.
Does it literally in the image? Because I can't see it.
It
from
is
this
literally
angle.
in the image.
Okay.
Yes. The bookshelves do in fact have physical space and block off light from each other. So,
Yeah.
I would like to pull off whatever scroll he was looking at.
yes. So why don't I roll for it? It appears to be an arcane spell. And you are not an arcane caster, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay, one sec. Let me go ahead and roll for this. Because I have lists of all spells prepared
Hot
in
damn.
random wheels. So let's see which of the 122nd level spells this is.
Oh dear God.
Holy moly.
Okay. So this is not an occult spell. So Bobabibo, you do not recognize it.
This scroll is useless and unintelligible.
I throw it on the floor.
Roger's gonna come over and pick up the floor scroll.
You pick up the floor scroll, and it appears to be a scroll of heat metal,
What part
which is
of
an arcane and primal spell.
bring everything, even if you yourself can't use it, did you
Oh.
miss?
You know what's funny?
Mm.
That's actually on my spell list. Like, I have that right now.
Really?
It was granted by my class.
Oh, well then, you would have recognized that as a spell of heat metal.
Wait, I recognize that.
Even if you didn't put it in the bag.
All right,
Very
so
well,
are you
put it in the
keeping it
bag.
yourselves, or are you putting it in Morlibin's bag?
Into the bag it goes.
Okay, into the bag it goes. All right.
Okay, I'm gonna go grab this scroll.
All right. Let's go ahead and roll for it here. You know what? Actually, I'm going to have you roll for it. Roll a D100.
Who would have thought that most of this session would be taken up by rolling what spells are
Wow.
on the scrolls?
I know. So what'd you get?
37.
37. All right. This appears to be another arcane spell. As Morlibint is a wizard, you get the feeling most of these will be arcane, but he would have mentioned that he does have a smaller stock of occult spells around
Of course.
that he's ordered in. So, let's see. This happens to be an arcane and occult spell. So I believe Mildred does not recognize it.
I'm just gonna throw it in the bag, to be honest with you.
All right. Morlibin would tell you that it's a scroll of share lore.
Well, that's exciting.
Now, I do
Indeed.
see a book right here. I would like to read
Yes.
the book.
This appears to be a standard work of fiction. Looks to be a bit of actually a bit of a spicy novel here.
Oh.
Yeah.
We
yeah.
must
What
take
is-
this. This is
It appears
quite
to be-
important.
It appears to be a very spicy, actually in progress novel.
Oh, is this
about,
Morlibin's writing?
about a a woman having this salacious and scandalous relationship with this orc with the most luscious of thighs.
Oh, God damn it.
I pocket it.
As Morlibin sees you do this, he goes, "Oh, it's not finished yet. Don't Oh, all
Fear
right.
not, I shall finish this book.
All right,
I don't
you
think that's how it works.
go
I'm
ahead
gonna-
and add to your inventory a book called Luscious Orc Knives. I don't know. I'm making this up on the spot.
You still
Alright.
never sent me the video to post for the people.
Because I couldn't find it.
I'm putting
You know
this
who
in
you have to
treasure.
text.
No, Meg won't know.
That actually wasn't who I was thinking of.
Who were you thinking?
Sam, she had it for the master cut.
Did she? Oh, well then, I guess I'll text Sam about it. Anyways.
I would like to look at this scroll.
All right,
please.
go ahead and roll a d100.
$23.
23. All right, you find another rank 1 arcane scroll.
I would like to roll.
Sure, go ahead. Roll for scroll. Oh, this one might be fun.
34.
All right, one sec. Let me figure out this one. Okay, so Mildred, you would actually recognize the spell that you just got as a scroll of pet cache, which is a spell that allows you to create a pocket dimension in your clothing that's just large enough for a pet.
Aww. That's actually very cute. Alright,
Do you want to keep that, or do you want to put it in the bag?
I'll put it in the bag.
Okay.
I can recall my familiar, so it really doesn't matter.
I mean, yeah, but it's cute.
I know. Okay.
All right, and Colby, what did you get?
34.
34. All right. Another rank 1 arcane. And Mildred, as you're over there, you see a set of doors.
Mm-hmm. Are we going through
Well,
this
Bobby
set?
Bo, you recognize this as a scroll of Aqueous Blast.
Ooh.
Keeping it or putting it in the bag?
If we're fighting golems, I think that might be useful.
So you're keeping it? All right. Cool. That is now in your inventory. All right.
Which set of doors?
All right. Yeah. So there's one set of doors right next to you, Mildred, and then there's another one up to the north. And you believe this is all the scrolls.
I just need the man to tell me which set of doors we have to go through.
Well, that one leads to the kitchen, and then the one up to that way, to the north, that'll lead up towards the tower.
We need to go up the tower, right?
Yeah.
Alright, let's start with the tower then.
Up we go.
All right.
Now, allow me, the great Bobibo, to pick these locks.
They won't be locked. They're probably unlocked.
Behold, the wizard's power.
Wait. Mildred's facial expression is that of a woman who has had many children, many grandchildren, and just is so over whatever this is.
So as you open these doors, you see on the other side a little hallway with a very nice carpet and a very nice little couch against the wall. You also see another set of doors to the left and a set of stone doors to the right.
These doors are stony. What is the purpose of these rock doors?
That leads into the tower. All the wood stuff is additions that Carl and I built on.
Behold, I shall pick these locks as well.
Oh, okay.
Just let him have it.
I guess so. Bobby Bo, this door appears locked.
Well, are you picking the lock?
Void warp.
You're void warping the door?
Yes.
Okay. I do hate to tell you this, but I think objects might be immune to void damage.
I try it anyways.
Okay. I guess I despise you. I hold on.
If it's
Let's
just not
see.
gonna work, we can just
Yeah,
we just
they
say
are
it doesn't
immune
work.
to void. I was checking if objects are immune to void, and they
Gotcha.
are, in fact, immune to void damage.
Okay, so that is 10 points of void damage.
Yeah, nothing happens.
I like that you rolled for it. Do you have the key?
I do have the key. And if anyone needs a restroom, it's right over there.
Thank you, that's very considerate.
Yeah, you're welcome. And he unlocks the doors. All right. So, are we ready?
I am.
Babibo, Bibo, Babibo is always ready.
All right. So as you open the door, Bobby Babo, I hate you.
Boa Bibo,
you-
Bibo, Bobby Bo.
You do, in fact, immediately hear
Cranberry?
as your vision lands on a very large humanoid figure which begins to glow with crackling blue energy. I should note, this thing is like 12 feet tall.
Oh. I feel
Very
like
large.
these were undersold.
Well, there's only one that should be active unless somebody came in and activated the other ones. So we probably need to start moving. It's time for initiative.
Oh boy.
We should also probably be quiet, because, you know, there are guards and other
There are indeed guards.
horrors.
I need you to understand, everything about my character is loud.
Yeah.
That was what I was afraid of.
He was kind of designed to be the loud one.
Mm-hmm. All
We
right.
didn't send this guy into the town square where we had to create the distraction?
It's a very good point.
You know,
Actually, he might have gotten some civilians in the crossfire.
he definitely would have, but also it wasn't my methodology. That door is staying closed because Morlibin
God.
hasn't opened it. Mildred, you're up first.
Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna open the door.
All right. You step into Morlibin's space as one action. You open the door as a second action, and you take your third action to step in.
Well, that's all I got.
You don't want to continue your movement from that third
I guess
action?
I can do that. I forgot that
Yes,
that
you
was an
can.
option I could do. I'll go there.
All right, you run over there, and as you sort of take in this room, it's a very eclectic set of items here. You see a couple of bookshelves. You see what appears to be another inactive clay golem. You see some nice chairs. You see what looks to be a little alchemy station in the center, with a cauldron and a couple of potion bottles. And you see this weird little floating energy square. You're not entirely sure what the deal is with that thing, but it's there. You also see, this appears to be a chest of some kind, and there's also just some other strange objects that you spot around here.
Well,
All right. So, you are now there. That is the end of your turn. That brings us to Morlibin, who's going to step into the room and say, "Oh yeah, I forgot that I was working on potions in here before they came. I don't know if they're any good, but you're welcome to them." And he's going
One
to start
thing at a
moving towards the
time.
stairs. Are we going upstairs or are we looting down here first?
I think we're killing this.
I don't think that's gonna work. All right. Well, Bobby Bo,
Okay. And it's Boba Bebo, by the way. And I will not stop correcting you.
I know.
Okay. Morlabin is saying not to attack. However,
But are you
I
going to
really-
listen?
Look. This is Boba Bebo we're talking about.
It really is.
And the thing is, none of us really knows what that means quite yet.
I feel like I know just because I've met Colby.
That's fair.
So Boba Bebo Bobby Bo, is going to start. With
You're really proud of yourself for that one, aren't you?
I'm so goddamn proud. Let's see. Jesus, this is a once per round. Oh wait. Oh, never mind. I can't use that yet. Okay. Ignition.
All right. What is that?
And
Oh,
I'm
it's
going to
just a
be
spell?
adding energy to that.
Okay. What does that do?
It means that, well, for this particular spell, nothing changes. But it deals fire damage. Ignition, range of 30 feet. Oh shit, is this 30 feet? That's 40 feet. Son of a bitch. No. First action, reach spell. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. All right. Second action, ignition, on that bad boy right there.
Okay. And that is an attack roll, I believe.
Yes, indeed, it is.
Also,
That's a dirty 20.
I do believe that it specifically says because you have the oscillating wave, you can increase the range of ignition to 60 feet automatically.
Isn't that a heightened?
It's
Oh, no,
it
no,
looks
it
like
does
it's
that by
just
default.
applied.
Okay,
Yeah.
actually, so in that case,
You, yeah, you
that's
don't
my
need to
mistake. I
use your
misread
first
that.
action to do that.
So instead, I'd like
So-
to use my first action to Bon Mot.
You just made an attack roll, so we're gonna say your first action was to use
Okay.
ignition.
Okay.
What did you roll again?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. The spell just flies towards this golem and almost immediately just gets like this lightning crackles from the golem's chest, just striking the flame and fizzling it out. Spell does absolutely nothing. I don't know what the hell that sound was, but
Yeah, that was incomprehensible, but thank you.
you have one action remaining.
And then now I will Bon Mot against it.
Okay. I do believe we just discussed that the the foe is within 30 feet. Look at that.
Wait, no,
All
he's
right.
not. He's 40 feet. Is there a limit on Bon Mot? Is there a
Within
range
30
on Bon
feet.
Mot?
Yes.
Holy shit. All right, never
also,
mind. I'm going to
it
stride.
definitely is within 30 feet. I'm staring at it right now.
Oh, it measures. Oh, I see. I misread that. I mismeasured it. Either way, yes, Bon Mot. Okay, I'm doing that now.
Okay. So I guess
that-
roll diplomacy.
17. And I'm going to say,
That was not very cool of you.
The golem appears completely unaffected.
No.
and that's my turn.
Okay. That brings us now to the golem, which appears to still be sort of waking up right now. Meaning it is currently slowed 3, so it doesn't actually have any actions this turn. But it does definitely appear to be waking up. As we get to the top of round 2, and it goes down to slowed 2. Mildred, you're up.
Well, in that case, I'm gonna listen to my good buddy Orlibent. I'm gonna go. Nope. Why won't that let me move?
You may want to make sure you're selecting Mildred and not your familiar.
There we are.
As you jump on top of a chest.
Oh, I didn't realize the chest was right there. I'm gonna go that instead. Okay, where's the staircase up? He's at the bottom of it?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna go up the stairs.
Okay. You start climbing up the stairs. And was that all 3 of your actions?
I mean, that probably covered 2 moves.
Okay, yeah,
so I'd
it was
probably
2
be
moves.
a little
so
further
you,
up the stairs. But
you have 1 action remaining.
which, to be honest,
yeah.
I'd probably use to climb more stairs.
Yeah, let me just go ahead and put you down on the next map real quick. As you start climbing these spiral stairs going upwards. Unfortunately, I am not able to just... I don't think I'm able to put individual players in scenes. So, you're just going to have to wait until next round and say that you're going
fine.
upstairs. Alright. So, in that case, that'll bring us to Morlbent, who will follow suit and climb up the stairs with you. So, now you guys are out of there. So, Bobabibo, you are left alone with the golem now.
Now, did you say that was a chest right there?
That is a chest.
All right, I'm going to stride
Uh-huh.
over to here. I would like to open the chest.
All right. In the chest appears to be, among a number of scrolls, there appears to be a good amount of money in here, actually. And you also see what appears to be a pendant of sorts.
I take the pendant.
Okay. So let me go ahead and drop that into your inventory there. So that was 2 actions that you've used now. You have 1 remaining.
Oh, opening the chest and taking it was all 1 action?
Oh, right. You're correct. That was all 3 of your actions then.
I mean, I used my last action to stride.
That brings us now to the golem, which has 1 action, which it is going to use to move as it just slaps its clay mud against the floor. It just moves over in front of the stairs. That is all it can do. You are now blocked off from the stairs. That brings us around at the top of round 3. Let's see. Am I able to bring you to a different scene? Oh, I can! Look at that! I was, in fact, able to bring you to a different scene.
Nice. Is this the 2nd floor or the 3rd floor?
This is the 2nd floor.
And I need to get to the 3rd floor where the bedroom is?
Yes.
Cool. I'm gonna keep going up the stairs.
Okay, as you start ascending the stairs even further, and you sort of start to get to this next floor, it appears that there's some sort of weird blue light enveloping the room.
Parliament, why is your house blue?
Shit!
Why are you blue?
I was hoping that wouldn't activate. We just gotta get through it. There's a keyhole behind it. You're just gonna have to get over to it. Or you can just wreck it. Go!
Okay.
Can't go that way. You gotta actually go around.
Okay. Okay. That should be all of movement 1.
Mm-hmm.
Movement 2.
All right. So as you get up into this room, you start to sort of get a bit more of a bead on what exactly is going on here. As this light begins to envelop you, I need you to make a will save.
That's not ideal. That's a 13.
A 13. That is a failure. So you are, at this point, slowed 1 and stupefied 1.
Cool.
And I believe, yeah, you still have your 3rd action.
Oh, awesome. So it's coming from the other side of the room, yeah?
Yes,
Oh, this is a big floor. Okay.
it is a big floor.
Okay, that's all
which-
3 of my actions.
You know, oddly enough, I think something went wrong with the scaling, because this is not how big it's supposed to be. But we're gonna
Cool.
just say this is fine.
Okay. I was gonna say, this seems bigger.
It is. This ain't right, but we're just gonna say that it's bigger on the inside. So anyways, you see a big fuck off crystal with this energy radiating from it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And Morlabent said
brings
what
us-
about it?
There's a keyhole behind it, or you can just break it.
Okay.
That brings us now to Morlabent, who's going to action 1. Move. Action 2. Move. He's gonna make a will save of his own here. I'm just gonna. You know what? Why don't we have MMA's pick a D20 for us?
Oh no, not MMA is picking a D20. Let's go for an 11.
An 11, huh? All right. Okay. We can do that.
You say that like I don't have notes on these dice.
We can do that. All right. Morlabent is pretty firmly fails his save, so Morlabent is now also slowed 1 and stupefied 1. He has 1 action remaining, which he will use to keep pace with you. And that is the end of his turn. It brings us now to...
All right, I'm going to start with a scamper.
All right, what does Scamper do?
I stride up to my speed with a +foot status bonus to my speed and gain a +2 bonus to AC against reactions triggered by this movement.
Okay, interesting.
and
Just so
I'm
that
going-
we're all on the same page, you cannot move through a hostile creature's space.
Oh shit! I don't take any. I see. I thought I took a penalty to speed.
No, that's only to friendly creatures.
I
Hostile
see.
creatures, you need to tumble through them.
Oh. Okay. May I do that instead?
Yes, you may. Tumble through is an acrobatics check.
Beautiful. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20, and that is against its reflex DC. So that is unsuccessful.
Shit.
You try to roll through this thing, and it just blocks you with its leg.
I try it again.
Okay.
That's another 20.
Same deal.
Okay. In that case, I am going to use my final action to actually scamper, and move all the way over to.
All right, you run into the corner. And that brings us now to the golem.
Trust me.
I'm a plan, Arthur.
I think I might know your plan. The golem is now going to take 1 action to stride 20 feet to over there. And let's see here. Ah, yes, you are in fact within its melee range.
Jesus Christ.
So it is going to attempt to just beat the fuck out of you. That is a 34 to hit.
That real quick, 1 sec. I would like to use my reaction, because that would be a crit. I'm going to cringe.
You're going to cringe. What does cringe do?
With pitiful posturing, you cause your foe to pull back a deadly attack. The attacking creature takes a circumstance penalty to the damage of the triggering strike equal to your level +2. And this applies after doubling the damage for a critical hit.
Now here's the problem. This thing is immune to mental effects.
Oh, son of a bitch.
So that does absolutely nothing.
May I
as
hero
it
point
just...
that instead?
Yes, you may. So I will roll again. That is instead going to be 33 to hit.
What the fuck? Okay, shit.
I did make it pretty clear that you weren't supposed to fight this thing.
I was trying to grab something from that chest and run.
And you were a fool for doing so.
That I was.
That is going to be, let's see. That's going to be a lovely, Oh, just a lovely little 38 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ooh.
So here's a fun trick that I learned. You should be able to, if you bring your stamina back up to full, you should be able to just go to your health pool and type -38 and hit enter.
I thought that just affected health. Oh, no,
Not anymore.
Hey! Oh, that's
one of our new modules seems to have fixed that. Either way,
thank God.
You are badly injured.
Oh, my ears are ringing.
Yes. So that is the end of the golem's turn, and it is no longer slowed, meaning next turn it will have all 3 of its actions. Mildred, you're up.
Hey.
Why don't you go ahead and make a will save for me?
Oh, I have to make another one of those. Cute. Fun. That is a 12.
A 12. Yeah, unfortunately you are still slowed 1 and stupefied 1.
Cool. All right, I'm
So you
gonna
have 2 actions this
get
turn.
moving. Gonna get moving. Why won't you let me move? Not you, Foundry. Why won't Foundry let me move?
Perhaps you have the wrong thing selected.
I do not, but because it just let me move. I don't know why it's being like this. But okay.
You might also be clicking on your familiar.
Oh. God damn it, Chuck.
So there you go. You are now there. And
This
you are
table
within
looks
range.
so large. It looks like I'm in a giant
Yeah,
inn.
this 100% is not scaled correctly. I do not know what happened here. Because this should be exactly the same size as the room downstairs. But, whatever. So here you are. This is a wizard's tower, so we're just gonna call that the reasoning.
Okay.
So yeah, this appears to be Morlbin's, rune workshop area.
Oh.
So
That's
you
nice.
wouldn't be surprised if you find some runes and stuff there. There actually appears to be a big old sword on the table there.
Excellent. 10 out of 10. Well, I'm out of moves.
Yes, you are. And that brings us to Morlabent, who is going to make a save. Okay, Morlabent is successful, so Morlabent is just stupefied. Going to take 2 actions to move, and 3rd action to... Oh shit, you can't actually do that. Alright, 3rd action will also be to move 25 feet. That is the end of his turn. That will bring us now to Bobabibo. The very badly injured Bobabibo.
Here's the
How's
question.
it going, Bob?
Does this thing have attack of opportunity? I don't know.
Well, it would have attacked you last
That's very
time.
true, actually. Okay, I'm going to then stride,
Okay, you stride.
and then stride again,
You stride again.
and then I stride again, and get the fuck
and
up the
then,
stairs.
and then you stride again to get up the stairs. All right then. So that means we are now all on the 2nd floor. There we go.
I can't. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I just had to add you to the map. There we go. All right. So that brings us now to the golem. Just going to stride. It's 20 feet there, and
Oh, God.
then another 20 feet. Oh, and then it's going to be. Actually, yeah, that last movement gets it within melee range of Bobabibo.
No.
Yep. So It's gonna go for a hit.
Oh God.
That is going to be. Oh, that's not too bad. That's just gonna be, a 31.
Jesus.
Anything you'd like to do about that?
There's nothing I can do. Would anybody like to hero point that? Although that is a critical hit. Fair enough. Yeah.
You got greedy. That's actually going to be worse. That's a 32.
32 points of damage?
Yep. Or no, 32 to hit. Sorry.
Oh,
right.
wait. Why'd you re-roll it?
Sorry. I'm an idiot. Anyways, that's... I'm an idiot,
Okay.
that's why. Sorry, I just in my head was like, oh yeah, Emma's probably gonna hero point this. Alright. So that's going to be, yeah, it's gonna be the same amount of damage as last time.
38?
So 38.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Fucking
So-
hell.
You are
We're not-
not the fuck unconscious,
We're not even on the same map.
and you are dying too. Because that was a critical hit. You are automatically dying too. That being said, it does not attack you again, not just because it doesn't have any more actions, but also because, it doesn't. It appears to, be moving up the stairs.
Hey.
So, yeah. That'll bring us now to, Mildred. Make a will save. Emma Maze?
Hey, I have 2 actions, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You need to make a will save.
Oh, I'm sorry. That is 14.
14?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, you're still slowed 2. Slowed 1, stupefied 1. So yes, you do in fact have 2 actions.
Wonderful. I'm gonna go there,
Mhm.
and then can I try and bash this crystal?
Sure.
That is a 29 to hit.
Okay, go ahead and roll damage. This is just with your cleaver?
Yes. Was, let's see, 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage. You attack the metal structure around this crystal, and you definitely put a little bit of a dent into it, but not enough to actually stop it.
Do I see, he said something about a keyhole, do I see that?
Let's see. I would say right now you're a little bit blinded by the light from this crystal.
Okay.
As you did just roll a 9 on your perception check.
That tracks.
So that brings us to Morlabent. Morlabent fails miserably. So he's going to take 1 action to move over here, and 2 action to get over to there. That's all he can do with his turn. That brings us now to our favorite kobold, who needs to make a dying check for me.
It's just a flat check, right?
Yep.
What the fuck, man? 6.
I'll
Okay.
hero point that.
Thank you.
Okay. We're gonna
Actually,
say
can
that
I
that
use
will
my hero point to get him up?
Oh.
Or not
so
up,
yes,
but
you are able
unconscious?
to. Yes, you are
Okay.
able to automatically make him unconscious. And I believe when you hero point that way, you also prevent the wounded condition.
Ooh.
I remember that being the case.
Does that put me at 1
Yes.
HP? Or am I
No.
at 0?
You're at 0.
You're just on the ground, but you're not actively dying, so
Thank
Yeah.
you.
we'll get you back at some point.
That brings us now to the golem, which is going to take 20 feet of movement. 20 feet of movement. And it is not affected by mental things, so it's just going to do its 20 feet of movement to get around there. And that is its turn. That brings us around to Mildred.
Hey. Mildred's gonna try and go here.
Make a will save first.
That is a nat 20.
Nat 20, excellent. You are no longer slowed and no longer stupefied. You shake off the effects of this crystal. So you have all
excellent.
3 actions this turn.
So first I'm gonna go where I'm standing. I still don't see the keyhole, right?
Well, you look over at Morlabent, and you think Morlabent is standing next to a big old padlock in the wall.
Well, I'm gonna go over there then.
All right. You are now over there.
Is there a key? Can I unlock it? What?
Well, it appears that Morlabent is currently holding the key.
Can I? Well, it doesn't make sense to take the key from his hand, does it?
Probably not.
And I don't know that the golem's on its way up, do I?
You can hear it.
Cool.
It's very
that's
loud.
Awesome. I love that. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna draw a versatile vial from
All right.
my belt.
All right. Cool. Then that is your turn. That brings down to Morlabent, who's going to take. Let's see. Yeah, he's fine. He's going to take 1 action to stick the key in the hole. 2nd action to turn it, which is going to deactivate the crystal.
Ten out of 10.
So now the room is darkened significantly. Still a bit of moonlight coming in from outside, but yeah. Morlabent is then going to take his final action to stride on over to there. And that is his turn. That brings us now to our favorite kobold.
What can I do?
Nothing.
Awesome. That's my turn.
That brings us now to the golem.
Yay, golem.
Yay, golem. Which is going to start striding. And Morlabent's going to shout out to you, I think the little guy's down! As we get around
Tea quick then.
to Mildred.
Okay. We're gonna get there. Get there. Get all the way up there.
Alright. Cool. Now to Morlabent. He's going to just sprint on up the stairs around you. Alright. That'll bring us, I guess, straight to the golem, which continues just stomping after you. At this point, Mildred, you can in fact see it gaining on you. As we get to your turn. And yeah, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. All right. So you get yourselves up the stairs. Let me go ahead and just get you on the map there. All right. you're now up the stairs, and you find yourselves in this this nice little room. There's a very nice bed in the middle. There's what appears to be some sort of a strange projector in the corner that appears to actually be projecting an image of the second floor. So you can now, in fact, see Bobby Bo just lying motionless on the stairs.
He is, in fact, in the Family Guy death pose at the moment.
As he should be.
That seems nice and normal. Where is your tea?
Over there! And he points over to the corner. Alright. So that now, I believe, brings us to the golem, which is following close behind. You can hear it stomping up the stairs behind you as we get to your turn, Mildred.
Okay. We're gonna go 5 feet there. 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 Is this tea prepared, or do I have to make the tea? What tea
It does not
situation am I
appear
looking
that
at?
there is any tea currently in the 2 teacups. That being said, there is a big ol' thing there with some spouts on it.
I start pouring from some spouts.
All right, you start pouring from the spout as one action. So that is the end of your turn. That brings us to Morlabent now, who's going to get on over to there. All right, that brings us now to the golem, which has now reached the top of the stairs. Second action to move over there. Third action to move right up behind you. Mildred, you're up.
Oh. I would like to drink whatever I've just poured.
All right, you've just poured this tea into the cup. You grab the cup, you toss it back as fast as you can, and even though you didn't turn any sort of heat on, you don't see any flame, it is boiling hot. So I need you to make a fortitude save. Please.
That is a 27.
27. You've drank hotter liquids as you just toss this down, and it is very herbal tasting tea. I think there must be some sort of wormwood or something else in there that's just making it real anise tasting. But as you toss it down, the golem has its fist raised to strike you. You turn around, and it turns and redirects towards Morlabent.
Oh.
Morlabent begins pouring as one action. Unfortunately, the tea's not going to be ready this round. So Morlabent is then going to take second action to run over there. Third action to run over there. That brings us now to the golem, which will chase after him. And is going to try to beat the shit out of Morlabent. Alright. That is a hit. Not a critical hit, though. So Morlabent will take, from that, a solid 17 points of bludgeoning damage. Let's see, I think, oh yeah, he gets another attack on him. That one is definitely going to be a critical hit. .32 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh god.
Morlabent is currently right on the verge of mortal. So that brings us now to Mildred.
So, did he leave the tea, or did he...
So the tea just finished pouring at the top of
Okay.
this round, which is your turn.
I'm gonna pour a second cup, grab the cup that poured,
Mm-hmm.
and book it over here, And then I'm gonna
Right,
try
your
to
final
yell at the
action
golem.
brings you there.
Stop attacking!
It does not acknowledge you.
That's unfortunate news. Okay.
Morlabent is going to sprint over to you, snatch the tea out of your hand, and toss it back. And as he does, the golem, with its fist once again raised above his head, lowers its arm and goes stationary.
Cool.
It then begins to move down the stairs.
Oh, nope, that's bad news.
However, you are out of combat now.
Cool. I want to grab that tea and sprint down to our little Bobby Bow buddy.
Your little friend, your little guy,
Pour
your little
pour
fella.
it down
Little
his fucking throat, and then I'm gonna use quick alchemy to make a minor healing elixir and shove
So-
that down his throat as well.
As you just sprint down the stairs, you actually pass the golem, which is just sauntering leisurely. And as you get to Bobby Bow, you quick alchemy, you put this potion together. So I guess how much healing does he get?
He gets 1d8.
1d8. All right. So Colby, go ahead and roll 1d8.
Oh God, if it's a 1. 2.
It wasn't a 1. So you get 2 hit points. And you awaken to see Mildred above you with the golem stomping right by her. And as your eyes flick open, it whirs back to life.
But I drank the tea.
Nope, you drank the potion.
No, I
What?
said I put the potion in.
I know,
put
but
the
he
tea
needs
in
to
first.
he needs to be awake to drink the tea.
Oh, that's bad.
But you do, in fact, toss the tea down his gullet before the golem can attack, and it ignores him.
Excellent. Great news. Alright, let's start packing, shall we, lads?
Yes, you are so very welcome for the distraction that Boba Bibo Bobby Bo has created for you.
No comment.
Truly
Let's start
another
packing.
successful mission. Yes, let's
All
go.
right, which floor are you starting on?
I'm gonna start on the first floor. Start by going through the potions.
Okay. Lovely. So, you all head downstairs. And as you get there, the golem has propped itself back up in the corner.
Oh, why? What's going on with my light?
I don't know. Something is wrong with. Oh, ha! No, that's nothing wrong with your light. That's your screen because you're still near death.
Oh, wait, if I... Oh my God. Yep, I just turned it off. Okay, there we go.
Yeah. All right. So, you head on down. You see, as you get down there, this one chest appears to have been opened when it wasn't before.
Well,
Yes, I got an amulet from that chest. It was worth
Oh.
it.
Are you sure?
I'm
You
glad
look
you
a
think
little.
so.
You look a little concussed, my friend.
No, my eyes always look like this. Now, what is this strange object over here?
That is, it's a little bit of a transmutation sigil, or not
Yes,
sigil, a
yes, yes.
transmutation table. Yeah.
Can we take it with us?
Are you able to carry multiple tons of stone?
No.
Then I guess that's your answer.
Damn.
All right. So Mildred, you were looking at the potions.
yes.
So as you take a look at these potions, they are not potions that you recognize at all. You're not even sure they could really be considered potions with just this weird muddy brown look.
Yes, let me take a look.
See.
I will identify these.
Have at it, mate. Are there any, like, alchemical ingredients or anything?
There do appear to be just seemingly a random assortment of alchemical herbs mixed in with regular cooking herbs.
Alright, well, let's take both of those things, but keep them separate.
All right. So, well, let me see if I can just add. There we go. Oh no, never mind. That's not what I thought it was. Okay. So you're putting those in Morlabin's bag?
Yes. And then, so there's weird gem thing, the chest that was opened. And was there anything else on this floor that looked relevant?
There were those doors.
There were those doors. There also appear to be some little cabinets down here. Yeah.
Ooh.
Sorry, those
Go
aren't.
ahead.
Those are bookshelves. This is the cabinet over here.
I'll go ahead and check out the cabinet by the
Okay.
column.
And also, the chest is still, in fact, open and full of money.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna... Forget about the potions. I'm taking that money.
Okay, so we're leaving the potions where they are. We're not
No.
taking any of those.
No, I am still stuffing them in my sack. I'm just not investigating
okay.
them.
Excellent. I will put these mystery vials, all 10 of them, into your bag.
Beautiful.
All right, and it appears that on a quick count, this chest contains 35 gold, 1,400 copper, and 350 silver.
I take it all.
God, man.
Morlabin just looks at you. Oh, all right then. I guess I don't have much use for it at this point, do I?
I feel some pity for him, and I give him all of the silver and copper.
Oh, all right. Thanks, I suppose. All right. Mildred, what were you checking out again?
The cabinet down here?
Yes, the dresser. As you open it up, there's a couple of sets of, like, aprons in here, actually. And on a hook, there appears to be a hat. Tall, pointed hat. With a wide brim. And it appears to be adorned with some symbols and runes.
Alright, well, let's take all that.
Is that a hat for a wizard?
Do you want to try to identify it, or are you just taking it?
Well, I'll try and identify the hat.
Okay, go ahead and make the check of your choice.
Check of my choice.
Indeed.
Never can go wrong with check of my choice. Okay. That is an 18.
An 18. All right. This appears to be a mage's hat, which grants you, when invested, grants you a bonus to Arcana checks, and allows you to cast Prestidigitation for free.
That's nice.
So you now have that. And then did you also want to take all the aprons?
No, let's leave the aprons.
Okay. Lovely.
And then there were bookshelves, right?
Yes, bookshelves,
Let's see.
which do appear to have a couple of scrolls in them, stacked up in tubes among the books.
Let's grab some scrolls.
All right, there appear to be. Well, I said a couple, so there's 2 here. So go ahead and roll D100. And why don't we have
2.
Colby? You roll one, Colby can roll the other one, just to keep you both involved.
Right. Yay!
Sometimes.
I got a 19.
I
30
got a
and a 19.
30.
All right, so that'll be 2 more first level arcane spells.
What do we have to roll to get a non-arcane spell?
Between 76 and 100. And so let's see. This first one, it's actually it's both occult and primal, so you would both recognize it as a scroll of runic weapon. Do you want to keep that for yourself or put it in the bag?
I'll put it in the bag unless he wants it.
Okay, he has said nothing, so we're putting it in the bag. All right. Oh my god. Okay, that is a very long thing.
Why is Jacob typing? He says, "What the fuck is happening?"
This one appears to be a primal spell. So Mildred, you would recognize this as a scroll of Hippocampus Retreat.
Okay, what does that mean? Because I think I want it.
When you use it, it turns your lower limbs into the tail of a hippocampus, so you can swim away from a nearby foe.
That's
after
fucking awesome.
Dealing a parting blow. So it's a 2-action spell. You turn your legs into a fishtail. You attempt a melee spell attack roll, which on a hit deals 2d6 bludgeoning damage, and then you swim 30 feet.
Oh, excellent. I'm keeping that.
And you gain a +2 bonus to your AC against reactions triggered by the movement.
To be clear,
How is
I
that...
don't know what occasion we could possibly have for this.
I don't know either, and the fact that that is a first level spell is insane to me.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I believe that is everything on this floor.
Excellent. Shall we go up to the next floor where his workshop is?
Yes, there's going to be so much useful stuff up there. I forgot. Is treat wounds? Do I have to be trained to treat wounds on myself?
You have to be trained in medicine, I believe, and you have to have a healer's kit.
Okay, I can do neither of those.
I can cast Healing Plaster.
Oh, you don't actually need to be trained, but you do just need to have a healer's kit.
Gotcha. Okay.
I can cast Healing Plaster, and that gives, basically, I cast it on some dirt, and then he can use it to, instead of healer's tools, for treat wounds.
Okay.
Okay. So I eat dirt.
Well, you don't eat the dirt, you just use it.
So, make a medicine check on yourself, I guess.
21.
21, that's a success. You are able to successfully give yourself 2d8 hit points as you eat this dirt.
He's not eating the dirt. Okay.
He's definitely eating the dirt.
14.
Excellent. You've regained 14 hit points.
Wait, why didn't that? There we go.
Yippee.
You are now feeling significantly better.
Okay,
I like
and then
that his label is now barely injured.
and then could we take a resolve rest, like during this time that we're looting?
If you wanted to.
Are you opposed to that, Emma?
I mean, I don't have to take a resolve rest, so you can do what you'd like.
All right, I would like to.
Okay, so would Mildred continue looting?
Yeah. She'd probably go upstairs.
All right, so Mildred moves upstairs. I guess, Bobby Bo, you can move with her, but you're not able to loot, unfortunately, for you.
I'm just going to be looking around for, I guess, this floor at least.
Yeah. You're vibing about. All right, as you are now on this oversized floor.
Where? Oh, there I am.
So, you see the workbench over here, which appears to have a sword on it. You see a big old desk over here, which appears to have a bunch of writing materials. You just have a wand on it. Yeah.
Let's start with
And
the workbench and the sword.
Okay. So, the workbench itself has the sword on it. Would you like to try to identify what it currently is?
Sure.
Okay, make a check of your choice.
Okay, that's a 28, and for an Arcana check, and I think this is the first character I've ever had that's actually trained in Arcana.
Look at you. That is a success. So this is a +1 striking ghost touch longsword.
That's gonna go in the bag.
All right. Lovely. So that is now in the bag. All right. What do you want to look at? Oh, yeah. Yeah, what do you want to look at next?
There's nothing else on the work table, no other runes, nothing like that?
No other runes. There do appear to be tools, though. But you don't think you'd be able to make too much use of those, as you don't... I don't think you have the feats necessary.
Right, but does Morlabent need those tools to make...
Morlabent takes the tools.
Okay. I guess I'll go to the desk.
All right, you head to the desk, which does definitely have a bunch of writing materials on it. Actually, they appear to be scroll writing materials.
Do they now?
Indeed.
In the bag they go.
All right. So you now have 30 scrolls worth of scroll writing sets.
Interesting. This is a chest, I'm assuming, even though it's the size of all of us combined.
Yes, it is. Would you like to look at the wand first?
Oh, yes, I forgot there was a wand. I'd love to look at the wand.
Yes, there is in fact a wand on the desk. Fuck it. Morlabent's able to just tell you what it is. It's a wand of reaching.
Wand, do you say?
Wand. So yeah, you're able to use this wand to add 30 feet to the range of a spell.
That's pretty cool. I'll hold on to that.
All right. Lovely. Then you have this wand of reaching. All right.
Nothing else on the desk?
No. Well, actually, you know what? No, there is a scroll. There is a scroll. Go ahead and roll for scroll.
That is a 96.
96. Lovely. That would be a rank 2 occult. So let's see what we get. We've got 98 options here. Which of them will we get? All right. Bobby Bo, you would recognize this as a scroll of Dancing Shield.
Ooh. That one makes your shield dance.
Do you want it, or does it go in the bag?
Can I? What does that do? What does dancing? Hang on.
So you touch one. So you touch one shield, and you target one willing creature within 60 feet. You levitate the touch shield and orbit it around a nearby ally. When you cast the spell and sustain the spell, the shield uses the raise a shield action to protect the target creature.
Oh, that's cool.
It goes in the bag. Boba Bebo has no need for shields except for the shield spell.
And this is exactly why I decided not to pick spells myself. All right. So, if you'd like to look in the chest now, the chest appears to contain Morlabent's runes. So there are 5 runes in here. There appears to be a Merciful rune, a Snagging rune, a Crushing rune, a Dragon's Breath rune, and a Called rune.
Now I have a sense of what the first three do. Can you give me a
So
what the fourth one is?
Dragon's Breath. So this gets attached to this is this is a rune that can be attached to a dueling cape or a shield. And you, as a free action, when you're receiving a bonus to your AC from your shield or dueling cape, if your next action is to cast a spell with an area of effect that deals the same type of damage as this Dragon's Breath, the spell gains the effects of a widened spell.
Neato. And then there was Called.
Yeah, that's the one where you can, as an action, once per hour, if you have a free hand, you can just have that item teleport to you, so long as it is within 30 feet of you.
Well, I don't know if any of those will be particularly helpful for me, but
You also don't have the ability to attach runes, I don't believe, to items.
very true. So, I'm voting bag.
I had a feeling. All right. That appears to be everything on this floor.
Okay, up to their bedroom,
Number 3.
All right.
which is a weird thing to raid, but sure.
Yeah,
The panty
there's-
raid.
Hey,
Oh.
yo. There's
That's a
not going to
SpongeBob
be too
reference.
much up there. Yeah, I think I might know what you might find useful up there.
If you want to grab
Um,
that and any keepsakes,
It shouldn't be too much, but I'll grab what I think you'll be a fan of. All right. Okay, so there do in fact appear to be a number of objects that Morlabint brings down. Do you want to look at them before he puts them in the bag?
Yes.
yes, but if any of them are like keepsakes of him and his husband, like...
No, these are all items
Okay.
that he's brought down for you.
Okay.
So one of them appears to be a pillow shield.
That's fucking awesome.
It's quite literally a shield, and when you lay your head on it, it acts like a pillow.
Okay, that's
And
pretty
you can
awesome.
use it to cast alarm on the shield. So if anything gets near you, it will trigger an alarm.
I cast very eepy night night.
That sounds incredibly useful in Gauntlight, I'm not gonna lie to you.
So I'm assuming neither of you want it though, for this
No.
for these characters.
No.
What else do we have? Ah, yes. There appears to be 2 sets of robes. One seems to have thousands of little reflective shards stitched into it. It is a mirror robe, which can be activated to divert attention from you. To the exact opposite. When something is well, actually, no, it can do both. So you can either create a diversion with it, or you can force something to look at you.
That's pretty cool.
Do either of you want this?
I don't believe so.
I'm shocked. The other one appears to be a loose robe with wide, voluminous sleeves, and each sleeve contains an extra-dimensional space that can hold up to 5 bulk of items. So this robe can hold up to 10 bulk of items for you.
Oh my god, yes, I want that.
I had a feeling.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you basically now have bag of holding sleeves.
Yes, I will be so conniving and hide my conniving things with this.
And the last thing appears to be a mandolin, which Morlbent says can function similarly to a staff to cast some spells through it. I'm assuming none of you want this.
Yeah, not gonna be my thing, but does sound useful.
It's it's what that can be used to cast spells?
It's a mandolin, an instrument.
Ah.
And it is an occult object with occult spells in it. So-
Yes, I will stuff the mandolin into my sleeves.
Excellent. You
I am
stuff the
part bard.
mandolin into your sleeves. And Morlbent will identify that pendant you found. It is a pendant of the occult.
Oh,
So
beautiful.
that gives you a bonus to occultism checks and allows you to cast guidance.
I just keep winning.
So that is everything you believe.
Well, we should get out of here before more horrors overtake us. Or I guess, is there anything in your kitchen or...
I mean, you can take a look. I don't really remember if there was anything in the kitchen or the bathroom that would be of use. And as you're having this conversation, you're heading down the stairs, of course, and you reach the bottom, and you're talking about what's in the bathroom and whatnot. And as you reach the bottom of the stairs, the golem whirs to life.
to do that?
Only if we're not the only ones here.
Well, that sounds like bad news.
Yeah, we might have company.
Oh no.
So
As he says that, I'd like to pull out the mandolin.
okay, you do in fact pull out the mandolin. All right. So, Mildred, currently from your point of view, you don't see anybody. However, the golem is going to begin stomping past you.
He's on our side now.
More so he doesn't view us as an active threat at the moment.
And you
Yes.
hear from the
Hear
other
it.
room, "What the fuck?" Followed
Yes.
by several screams and sounds of pain.
God.
Well, I think maybe we get out of here. Well, we have the distraction. Opinions?
Yes,
I
that's
think
right.
that's probably a decent idea. As Bobabibo runs towards the bathroom.
Alright, is there an exit back here?
An exit back there? No, the only exit is through the front door.
There are no windows
That's
we can
unfortunate.
break. No
You
bathroom
don't know.
window.
You haven't seen any. Well, the bathroom is currently closed, so if you wanted to open the bathroom door, you could check. There does, in fact, appear to be a window in the bathroom.
Bathroom window. We can go now.
Well, if he's sure.
So Bobabibo, as Morlbent just goes, "Wait,
shit.
wait, you don't need to do that."
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh
What
shit.
have you
Yeah.
done?
Hang on, I'm coming back.
You smash the window, run around outside, smash the glass out of the other side, and then run back in specifically so you can jump through the window.
And I dive perfectly through, like Scott Pilgrim style.
That was very in character for you, so I think it works. So yeah. You've gotten yourselves some loot there. And as you are exiting and heading onto the street, you hear quite the commotion as you see several of your companions run past you, one of them holding a child, as arrows fly down at them.
Well, we should probably book it as well in that case.
Yes, most likely.
Are you following alongside them, or are you taking a different route?
We had a boat, right?
You did, yes.
Want to take the boat?
Mildred, I guess, receives no
Yes.
response.
The boat we go.
All right, so as you prepare to cross the street to get to your boat, a whole army of guards just streams past you. But after, why don't we say, let's see. Oh yeah, you don't get spotted somehow, even though one of you has a candle on their head.
To be fair, they're a little distracted by the folks with the baby. Well, not the baby, the child.
The child. So you are in fact able to cross the street and start heading towards your boat. And as you do, you hear very angry shouting coming from down the road. Like, as you're at the boat, basically, you hear very angry shouting coming up the street towards you.
Oh.
And you turn to see a man with no shoes on and a sack over his head being dragged along by a number of guards.
Huh.
And I would say you would recognize the robes of this shoeless man as one of the fellow resistance members.
I feel a strange kinship with him.
Wanna do something about this, or... Poor sucker.
Well, I'm still recovering, you know, and a wizard only has so much time in the day.
All right, so you're leaving Mitch to his fate?
Are we leaving Mitch to his fate?
That is entirely an option.
How many guards are there?
There's like 5.
We can probably take 5. Can we?
We can probably take 5. Let's...
Yeah, let's save him. God damn it.
Okay, how do you want to save him? What do you want to do here? Because you don't have to fight them necessarily.
They're dragging him along, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Hang on. I just need to. I'm going to cast a spell using my mandolin.
What spell are you going to cast?
I am going to cast ventriloquism.
Ventriloquism, all right. All right, what do you do? What do you do with ventriloquism?
Are there any like buildings or anything nearby, like something that someone could reasonably be hiding behind?
Oh yeah, you're in the middle of Otari right now.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm going to make it sound like it's coming from a building. I'm going to say,
Oi! The other guards! There's been trouble in the town square. Stop what you're doing. What are you dragging around a sack of potatoes or something? Get out of there! Go! You need to go to the town square now! Drop what you're doing and run!
Okay, so... Alright, so they're going to attempt to disbelieve your illusion here. And most of them look around and they're like, who said that? Who said that? And then 2 of them are like, I don't know, well, I guess we better head towards the town square. I did hear a noise that way. And they just head off. So there's now just 3 guards remaining who are now on high alert.
Oh, they're on high alert, you say. How far would you say that we are?
Probably like 30, 40 feet.
Okay. I would like to try something else.
By all means.
So I'd next like to use my ventriloquism because this lasts for 10 minutes. I would I'd like the sound to seem like it's originating from one of the guards in the back, like one of the 3 guards who none of the others are looking at.
Why do I feel like I know what you're gonna do?
I'm gonna say, yeah, geez, I got stuck with a real. Wait.
Yeah, of course, I got stuck with the fucking moron squad. Yeah, good stuff right here. Working with these fucking idiots.
The guards,
Any-
all 3 of them, turn around. George,
Any
did
of
you
them
say
look
that?
like casters?
No, they all appear to be regular old warriors.
Damn.
Well, I suppose one of them looks sort of like one of the champions. So they're not full-blown casters, but they do have some magic. And they turn around. George, did you say that? Did that even sound like me? I don't know. You could be trying out a new voice or something. Why would I be trying out a new voice? That doesn't even make sense. And they start arguing back and forth.
While those 2 are arguing, I'm assuming they're not paying attention to the third one, the different third one.
Yeah, he's just rubbing his temples.
Okay. Now I'm gonna make it seem like he's saying,
No, I think George has a. I think George has a point. You're all a bit fucking dense.
Really, Sam? Really? That's what you're gonna go with right now? I mean, you are pretty dense. They're all getting into a pretty heated argument right now.
Is our man Mitch doing anything?
Mitch is still screaming. And Sam, the guard who you now know as Sam, just takes Mitch and just throws him into the river.
oh my god.
Let's pick him up from the river. We'll get in the boat,
Off
pick him
we
up
go.
from the river, and paddle forward.
Okay, so you pick up Mitch. You drag him into your boat.
I'm gonna gag him because he won't shut the fuck up.
Okay, do you leave the sack on his head?
No, I'll take the sack off his head
All right.
and gag him so he shuts the fuck up, and then we'll paddle on toward Gauntlight.
Okay, you paddle on up the river, and as you do, that's where we're gonna end tonight's session.
You have caused. I'm gonna use this spell so fucking often. Oh my god!
Now I will note that the way it works is the same as the staff. So every morning, it gains a number of charges equal to, if I'm remembering correctly, it gains a number of charges equal to your highest rank of spells, so 3 automatically, and then you can put additional charges in. Yeah, so you are able to you're able to cast a first level spell with 1 charge. So
I
automatically you get 4 uses of each of those, and the cantrip you can just use prestidigitation. However,
That's fucking beautiful.
yeah, staves are pretty great, honestly.
Illusion
So-
spells are pretty fucking great.
Oh yeah. So, but Bobby Bo, how are we feeling right now?
I didn't get to use any of my blaster stuff, but you know what? That's just fine. Because I still got to be a freaky little gremlin goblin fucking Freddy Freaker type deal.
You definitely
That
did.
did happen.
You
Yes.
definitely did. And Mildred, how are you feeling?
You know, pretty good. If everybody's quests have gone as smoothly as ours have gone, we'll be in good shape.
Well, you
I
would
say that
gather
without
that
any knowledge or foresight about what has happened or what will happen.
you would gather that something has gone wrong, considering one of your people has just been pulled out of the river by you.
Fair, but we did fish him out of the river, so not as bad as it could have been.
This is true.
Okay, now the real question is, do we tell Jacob Perez that Mitch
Colby
Binder was
already told
fished
him.
out of
Oh,
the...
I just
Damn it!
told him. Actually, wait, no, I
Colby Caldwell.
No, he didn't. We're just gonna gaslight Jacob.
We want to give a special shout out to Jane Meyer. Thank you so much for your support on Buy Me a Coffee, Jane. It really means the world and helps make this show possible.